I want to give you a breakdown, and I want to give you a behind the scenes because most people don't get to see behind the scenes. So a couple of caveats to start. This month that I'm going to share with you was a number of months ago. It was 9 months ago. The dollar figures that I'm sharing are in Singapore dollars. They're not in US dollars. And the rest of the specifics are all here. But I want to start with that because, there's a lot of people who claim a lot of things, but I want to be, super clear about what I'm showing you today. So this is a breakdown of a $223,900 month in a consulting business. So I deliver consulting. I have a number of different consulting products, and every month I have people who are in my syndicate, people who are in the circle, which is my mastermind. I sell consulting hours, I sell digital products, and I sell live events. And this is the breakdown of them. So I'll go top to bottom. In this particular month, the syndicate generated just over $104,000 in revenue. The circle, which is my mastermind, generated $41,200. I sold $11,400 worth of consulting hours. I delivered about 50% of those in the month, and then I had another 50% to deliver outside the month. At the time, my hourly rate was approximately $1,500 if you bought it on a singular for a single hour. And then if you bought 2 and 4 and 6 that I sold at the time, then you got small discounts on that hour. That has gone up significantly since then, but at the time it was at those kind of numbers. The digital products are $51,400. So digital products in my world are $50 to $1,000, one-time products. So they're workshops and they're training products, otherwise known as courses. So a lot of these were live workshops that I delivered for clients, and I'll unpack and explain that in a moment. And about 40% of them were one-time digital products that someone downloaded. They got templates, they got training, and they did it. And live events were $15,900. I bring people to my home in Bali, either one-on-one or as a group, and that was the total. So that added up to $223,900. The recurring revenue component of that was $145,200, or just under 65%. The one-time revenue was $78,700, and my costs were $13,200, and the gross profit was $210,700. In this particular month, there were 0 refunds on anything. On my digital products, I have 100% kind of quality assurance, lifetime guarantee. You can get a refund. Of the 2,500 digital products I've sold so far this year, the total of refunds is 5. In this particular month, there was 0. So I'll go top to bottom in terms of how these things fit together. So the digital products, I sell access to workshops I run for clients. So every month inside the syndicate, I have 2 workshops for clients where I teach them something new or give them some more expertise. So the way I get clients is by delivering workshops to my clients and then selling access to those workshops on a one-time basis. So for between $100 and $500, people can come to one of those workshops, and then at the end of that workshop, which they've participated in with my clients, I invite them to become a client. So I found that demonstrating is the best form of selling. So if I demonstrate my expertise by the delivery, which I do for my clients by running these workshops and giving them the resources, then it gives someone a real flavor of what it's like to work with me. So the majority of my clients come from that source, and it's obviously, flywheels up. When you do a good job delivering to clients, you both keep them, but you also get more clients by allowing them to attend. So I then, at the end of those workshops and afterwards, I invite people to become clients and join the syndicate. And then after that, I turn each product and I turn each workshop into a product, and then sell those to the audience and follow up to invite and become a client. So in any given month, I do between 20 and 60,000 of those. This was a particularly good month in digital product sales because I had some particularly popular workshops that were about offer creation and ultimately that method I just described as well, which was how to turn customers into clients. So it was a particularly good month in terms of that, and I also gained a lot of clients to that. So you can see the flywheel. The selling of hours, the selling hours is underrated. If you have expertise, then a lot of people talk about building a scalable business. I have a very scalable business, but I also love getting into the weeds with customers and clients and solving problems that maybe other people can't solve. So I always sell hours, to a small degree or a large degree. And that allows higher proximity for clients who just want some more access, but it also allows people to come into my world who don't necessarily want to commit to an ongoing relationship, to maybe buy a couple of hours with me, solve a particular problem, get me to prove that I can solve that problem for them and help them, and often those people become clients as well. So I think selling hours is still underrated. I think the key thing is, packaging them up properly so you're not selling a lot of hours and you have a delivery overhang. As I said, I sold the hours in this month and I delivered most of them in that calendar month, and then going forward I had just a few hours to deliver. I don't tend to want to deliver hours past 30 or 60 days after I've sold them, because you may as well have some kind of recurring relationship and make it more formal. So clients in your world, and I always talk about power laws to my clients, there's people in your world right now who want more access to you, want more time with you. If you sell hours both either in person or virtually, you'll find that people will pick those up to go deeper on the things maybe you're working with them now, or even as a way to, as the first step to get into your world. So in the client portion, 65% of my revenue and 65% of my profit, comes from clients who are paying me in my case, every week, but in most people's cases, every month. So both my client engagements, the syndicate and the circle, I purely offer a week-to-week, no contract, rolling relationship. I have great client retention because my clients get results, but I also have high flexibility both for myself and for my clients, and I focus on recurring revenue. So I don't allow people, or I don't ask people to pay to become a client for long periods of time up front. I don't charge 6 monthly or annually or quarterly. I do later on when someone's worked with me for a period of time, but I like to let people in and get them going and make sure that we're a good fit and we have a good relationship. So the byproduct of this, because I have very strong acquisition, is that I have very strong recurring revenue that builds up, pretty quickly. At the time, the syndicate, my main program for clients, was $300 a week. At the moment, that's gone through 3 price rises now, and it's at $500 a week. But still, the terms are the same. I go week to week. I go no contract. So the syndicate is my main program for clients. They get 2 calls a week. They get a private group. They get access to my VA. They get templates. They get everything, and they get to see behind the scenes of stuff like this. And I explain to them what's working out in the market in real time. So it's a very traditional kind of training, mentorship, kind of coaching program. And inside the circle, it's just a way for access. I cap that at 12 people. So again, just like selling hours, if you have a good cohort of clients, there are people in your world who want more access and just closer proximity. I will be super blunt and super honest. The circle doesn't get anything more in my client world apart from more access to me. We have a one-off call every week just for people in the circle, and they get more messenger access to me, so they got me more on tap and more real time. And again, when you're good at what you do, people want closer proximity to you and they want higher access. So the circle gets more access, and I purposely cap it and keep those numbers really small, so the intimacy and the proximity isn't compromised, and those people are prepared to pay 3 times more than my other clients to have that level of service. And then my costs. So I have one VA, Alex. He's been with me for a decade, and he does everything behind the scenes. So we run it super, super lean. I have a tiny ad budget of $200 a day where I just generate, I have a lead magnet where people come in, and they come into my world and they come on my email list and often buy one of those workshops early, then become a customer and then become a client. And then I have a standard software stack. I use Go High Level, I use School to deliver, and a hodgepodge of things like Canva and Google Docs, etc., etc. What I haven't put there is actually my affiliate revenue accidentally covers most of my costs. So I haven't put that as on the breakdown. But over the years, my affiliate revenue has accumulated to the point where it actually covers my costs, and my profit is actually a lot higher. So that's the breakdown, and it's not a complex business. It has got, a main client program. Again, in my delivery to those clients, I sell access to people on a ticketed basis, and then those people become clients and we go around and around. So it's a super, super simple business. It's super lean. I run it in 2 days a week. but the breakdown, often comes out at a very, very high profit margin and a lot of stability with that recurring revenue figure. So this is my way, this is my flavor. It's got the best of both worlds for me, which is it's small and lean. It's got strong recurring revenue, but it's also got a level of access and intimacy with certain groups of people in my circle and who buy hours from me. So there's the behind the scenes.